Now that we've seen a box and whisker, we're going to learn how to create one ourselves. What I have here is a data set. It's the age of my cousins. In order to make the box and whisker, the first thing you have to do is to arrange the data from least to greatest so that we can find the median. So I'll start with the smallest number, which is 7. And then just cross off my numbers as I go from least to greatest. I now have my numbers arranged from least to greatest. In order to find the median, I obviously look towards the middle. Starting from the outside, I see that I have 2 numbers in the middle, 15 and 17. The median of 15 and 17 would be 16. So 16 is my median. The median divides my data set in half. I now have a lower half of numbers, which would go from 7 all the way to 15, because 15 is not my median, and an upper half of numbers. That would go from 17 all the way to 25. In order to get the 2 numbers that make up the edges of my box, I need to find the median of the lower half of the data and the median of the upper half of the data. We call this the lower quartile and the upper quartile. Looking at my lower half of data, I see that my median would be between 10 and 12. The number that lies in between 10 and 12 is 11. So 11 is my lower quartile. Looking at my upper half of data, the median of 22 and 24 is 23. So now I have 3 of the important numbers that I need for a box and whisker. My lower quartile is 11, my median is 16, and my upper quartile is 23. The last thing I need would be my lower extreme, which is the smallest number, in this case 7, and my upper extreme, which in this case is 25. Now that I have these 5 numbers, I can create my box and whisker. When you're drawing your box and whisker, you always need a number line to base your numbers off of. So I'm going to start here, go all the way down here. My lowest number is 7, so I'm going to start with 5 and go up by 5, all the way to 25. I then place my box and whiskers underneath the number line. So let's start with the box. The left edge or lower edge of the box is my lower quartile, which we see here is 11. I draw a line at 11. My upper edge of the box is the upper quartile, which I see here is 23. Right there, in between 20 and 25. My median is 16. So that gets its own line in the middle of the box. And I label each one of these numbers. I now have my box created for my box and whisker. And I just need to add the little whiskers to 7 and to 25. Here, we have created a box and whisker of the age of my cousins. The median age of my cousins would be 16, and they would go all the way from 7 to 25. Now, what a box and whisker shows us is how spread out the data is. The lower quartile signifies the 25% mark. Anything greater than the lower quartile is greater than 25% of the data. Anything less than the lower quartile is less than 25% of the data. When you see quartile, think of quarters, and that's how you can remember 25. The upper quartile signifies 75%. So anything bigger than the upper quartile is 75%. Is bigger than 75% of the data. Which means my median, as you should already know, will be right in the middle, and it signifies 50%. As we continue to practice with box and whiskers, you'll learn more about what those percentages mean. But right now, we're going to focus on making a box and whisker, and you're going to make one of your own now.